Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Look, yes, I am I'm feeling well because I'm doing back-to-back streams yesterday and today, so everything's good. Because I'm doing back-to-back streams, but I'm joined this evening by the other half of my my watch-along crew. I'm joined by Jamie Phillips this evening. How are we doing, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Can't complain. Feeling
I
better.
just go through a few comments before we start. I had a couple of comments before from CJ. Big up Luke, big up Jamie. Comment from Chapman Plays saying, big up guys, hope you're feeling okay after this morning's stream, Jamie.
Yeah, much better.
I tweeted saying, just waiting for Jamie, so it won't be long. And CJ went, all good. So before we get into the meat and gravy of today's show, make sure, as always, smash the like button, share button, and subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Link is in the title and in the description. And also subscribe to the Sanderson Show. Links in the description as well for Callum's channel as well. He hit 2K last night, so that's a good achievement. And also subscribe to this channel as well because there's going to be a lot more content. Because trust me, I'm going to do some more boxing content. Devin Haney wanting to sue Ryan Garcia, Conor McGregor, Terence Crawford, boxing, MMA, combat sports, man. Saudi's gotten involved and just ideas popping everywhere. But MMA today, I'm going to play a clip off the Pound for Pound podcast, which was now called shit, by the way. I thought was hilarious. From one Kamaru Usman. Yeah. I won't play the whole clip because I got copyright strike last time. So yeah, I'm trying to keep the channel, which would be good. So this is what he said.
JON is at the level, as far as UFC is concerned. JON is at the level. JON is at the level that Conor is at, to where he could select.
I thought you were about to say Michael Jordan.
No, relax.
To where I'm leaving, man.
But
if you would have said that, I was leaving.
To be honest, JON is in a sense the Michael Jordan that we've seen in MMA.
No, he isn't.
You don't think so?
You don't interview?
You don't think so?
You just want to be done.
No, DC, right now, really.
What?
You're going to tell me, going through everything that he has gone through, he's not at that level to where, obviously we're not talking about the outside, but as far as in the sport, JON is at that level to where.
So Jon Jones is, so you telling me that Jon Jones is Michael Jordan and LeBron James in MMA? You gonna sit up here real life on
hey,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras?
Hey,
Henry.
Hey,
Henry.
No, but let me finish what I'm saying. He's not far from it. JON is at the level.
So there it is, Kamaru Usman. Yes, he said it. He said it, guys. Comparing LeBron James and Michael Jordan, saying that Jon Jones is on that level. Jamie, thoughts whilst I pull up another quote. Thoughts. I think I know what you're going to say, but just tell me anyway.
As a famous look, he's saying about that level about how famous they are in their sport and popularity of their sport and greatest of their sport. So if you're going greatest, you could argue Jon Jones, but if you're going on fame and popularity, then it's Conor McGregor, ain't it? It's not Jon Jones. Jon Jones, you could, if people want to call him the GOAT, I'm not go argue with it. You know, it's fine. But popularity, like if you ask somebody to name a basketball player to someone who don't know anything about basketball, then probably I would say Michael Jordan or James. You know, that they're the two they'll say. You know, you ask someone to mention, tell me an MMA fight. So, I go to my dad, tell me someone you know in UFC. He don't know anything about UFC. I go, Dad, tell me a fighter at UFC. He'll just say Conor McGregor. Because that's the level. Tell me a footballer. Oh, Messi or Diego Maradona, Pele. It's that level of fame. If it's that level of fame, and Jon Jones might be the greatest fighter ever, but popularity and fame wise, he's nowhere near close. Nowhere near close.
And you know what? Because there was I'll just read out a couple of comments. CJ saying ridiculous, LOL. If you put Jones versus McGregor in the room of 100 people, you never watched MMA, some people would still be able to pick McGregor. And this is a thing, right? So I think I saw, so I screenshotted something on Twitter that I won't be able to pull up on here, but I'll be able to read it out. And it was another quote from DC on that podcast saying there'll be a person that comes along that people will say replaces John Jones as the greatest of all time. He has not left a legacy that it does not feel like it's never going to be topped. And I watched a bit of MMA Guru, you know, probably the most controversial guy in the space. And he pulled out the Instagram of all the comments and all the John Jones fanboys saying, oh, look, DC's still bitter about this, about getting KO'd and stuff like that. Like he's a forever a hater. And I'm sitting there thinking, wouldn't you be?
I think DC's right.
Yeah,
And this is the
wouldn't you
mad
be a
thing.
generational hater if
Yeah,
if
they
you're
had
in
an
DC
epic
shoes?
rivalry, didn't they? Yeah, they had
An epic rivalry, which
that DC made.
Which DC made, to be honest. Yeah, there's got to be that bit in this, but he's right. Yeah, of course he's bitter because people don't realize this. Like when they fought, it wasn't a prime DC. It was DC just coming over the edge of that hill, where he was no longer in his prime anymore. And like when we say, "Oh, what's John Jones's biggest moment?" They go, "Hey, remember when he head kicked DC and made DC go do the spinneroonies?" People think, "Oh my God, John Jones won that fight." No contest.
Strikeforce DC beats John Jones.
Yeah, Strikeforce DC was different when he came to the UFC. He maybe a little bit overcooked, a little bit. Still, but a hell of a run together, considering that Prime DC never really went to the UFC. He was sort of out of Prime DC, but
yeah. When I look at John Jones, what's his legacy fights? I think the first fight of Gustafsson is a legacy fight because at the time it was the best light heavyweight.
PDs, Jamie, because they moved the event to a different commission, to a different state to make it lenient because the New York one went, Jones ain't fighting there because he's a drugs cheat.
I think, apart from that fight of Gustafsson, it was a great fight no matter what. And everyone remembers that fight. Everyone remembers it maybe because he lost that fight, but he got the decision. And the other two fights are the DC fights because the epic rivalry, the interest in them fights. But let's get it right. How much interest has people legitimately had in a John Jones fight? Apart from the Gustafsson fight and the DC fights. Never really had a rivalry.
Probably Cyril, because they were interested to see how he does when he came back.
He's never had a feud. He's only been DC. That's his only real, proper feud.
And let's be honest, he won the first one with DC via decision. The first fight was a decision. And then when
the second fight was...
Second fight
should be a no contest.
No, Jamie, it is down as a no contest. On his record.
Oh, is it down as a no contest now?
Yeah, that big... Oh my God, like when you think of Jones's highlight moments, the kick of DC is on that list. Highlight moment, but
Roy did to the gills.
Contest, so it shouldn't be on there. And
Roy did to the gills.
I think Jones lost to Reyes. Yeah, Dana even came out when I think Reyes got it done. But he backtracked real quick when he got pressed on it.
Even Smith almost beat John Jones. You know what I mean?
Well, to be honest, if Smith had a few brain cells, he would have taken the dive like Aljamain Sterling and robbed John Jones again, which I would have pissed myself laughing, by the way, if that happened. Where Smith should have just taken the belt, got the rematch, got the pay-per-view points.
As John, all right, it's a controversial topic. Has John Jones ever fought anyone in their prime?
Jamie, these are uncomfortable conversations.
Because it's not me just saying that. I've heard actually MMA fighters who are now pundits say this as well. Because I think Michael Bisping actually brought it up. Is it Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith who brought this up about John Jones fighting people in their prime? Because you think
Yeah.
about it, when he fought Shogun, although he absolutely destroyed Shogun Rua, that weren't the real Shogun Rua. That was the end of Shogun
He
Rua.
beat Rashad Evans for the belt, and Rashad was cooked.
Rashad was cooked then. Rampage Jackson's been cooked for years. Best Rampage Jackson was in Pride. It was never in UFC.
And then he fought a bunch of people that jumped up to because he fought a bunch of fat
Chael
middleweights
Sonnen.
and welterweights.
Yeah, Chael Sonnen was a blown up middleweight.
Beat Liaj Machida.
Yeah, blown up middleweight.
And he's a middle because he's a middleweight. Look, because he fights a
Ooh, it's
Bellator at middleweight.
ooh. Now we're thinking about it. This is. I think the only person who really gave him issues in his prime was Gustafsson, and that was it.
I'm having issues loading up comments, guys. So if I'm not showing them on screen, it's because my StreamYard's playing up. But I will read them out as normal.
That happened to me earlier.
Yeah. So CJ with a comment saying, "I remember he also had trouble with Machida in the beginning as well. Gustafsson gave him issues for the first 3 rounds. Big up CJ." And I can't pronounce your name, mate. UKRUDT. Let's be real, the UFC's dead. He's on life support. And then he's going to pull it out when he does boxing. Which
I've
Jamie,
been saying that for time.
to be fair, Jamie's been speaking facts about this for pretty much since me and him have started doing content together.
How about the rankings I showed you the other day compared to now? That top 5, is it the lightweights?
Oh my god, yeah.
Of like 8 years ago compared to today, all elite fighters, all massive names.
Technique with another comment saying, "Now John Jones is a PAD user. That's why GSP's the GOAT." Actually, for me, the GOAT's Demetrius Johnson. And I'm not going to play the Mighty Mouse clip because I would get copyright strike for that. So Demetrius Johnson said he wouldn't call John Jones Michael Jordan of MMA. He put, "At the end of my career, I'm doing flying knee bars in a world title fight. If you looked at who's the skills that developed over time, I would say mine. When you look at Michael Jordan, I felt like his skill set kept on developing. Jones is one of the greatest, but I wouldn't put on the skill of the level of a Michael Jordan." And that was said on the Anik and Florian podcast.
I agree with that. We've been saying it for a while about Mighty Mouse. He probably doesn't get his flowers because he's a smaller fighter, and unfortunately, smaller fighters don't. But Mighty Mouse and GSP, they're the two, in my opinion, because they're the two that, as far as we know, I have my jokes with GSP, but as far as we know, they were clean their whole career. They were clean their whole career. And and what we got to remember with GSP is when he was the welterweight champion, he fought killer row of fighters at the welterweight, did he, Luke? I mean, it was killer row of when GSP was a welterweight. It was some of the greatest fighters of all time. He was just beating, embarrassing sometimes. He was not a wrestler. He never wrestled. Turned into the best wrestler in UFC. This man's So GSP or Mighty Mouse for me are pure better MMA fighters than John Jones and fought better opposition in their prime as well.
Yeah, and I think because obviously this whole thing's the glazing, whatever you want to call it, that Dana's been, because let's be honest, Dana's promoting Jones's fight for Stipe to rum up interest, because let's be honest, we're all pissed it ain't Aspinall.
I don't think it happens.
Jamie doesn't think it happens, but DC said, like, if it doesn't happen, they're not fighting Tom Aspinall because they get smoked. They haven't got the balls, because all they want to do is have their little legacy fight, and John Jones get packaged off into the sunset. Because Dana's been doing the hype man, the glazing, the oiling up, the lube, whatever, pause, whatever for John Jones. Yeah, better not be talking about that after what has been arrested. But ayo. So, but the thing is, it's one way to treat John Jones, but I thought the way they treated Anderson Silva was pretty disgusting. The way that they was like, all right, you can fight Apex. Yeah, your eye hole smoked him. Yeah, get out of the octagon, mate. And I think, not gonna lie,
Anderson
I think Dana
Silva.
really changed his mind after GSP came back 4 years, beat Bisping. Dana goes, "You're defending that belt?" And GSP goes, "Are you gonna tighten your drug testing?" And they go, "No." And they go, "Well, shove your belt." Since then,
Yeah,
Dana does not
yeah.
like GSP.
It don't talk. It's crazy, ain't it? You know, with
Comments are
obviously the
back,
middleweight.
guys. Comments are back. So no one gives a duck about Bones and Jones and Bones and Stipe.
No
2024
one
fight.
does. No
But
one
we will
does.
be there.
And
We will be there.
oh, we'll watch it. And if Stipe
Because
caught
if
John
Stipe
Jones or
wins,
sneaky right hand,
I'm
ripping my shirt off.
I'm having a bucket of champers on ice ready, and you're going to see some nasty things.
I might demonetize Cal's channel. You know what I mean?
Just before it gets started, you're going to demonetize his channel. But I do think, like, not gonna lie, like, this is the fear that I have worried that they were going to market him this way, and it will only be a matter of time before Dana drops the Sinner presser. Next event, guarantee next event. You know, when Pereira smokes Khalil Roundtree, I'm talking about, oh my god, what's next for what Pereira? Is he gonna fight Dricus Duplessis? Is he gonna, you know, if Stipe and Jones retire same night, is it gonna be Pereira Aspinall, undisputed heavyweight gold? Oh no, John Jones, Michael Jordan of MMA is a GOAT. But and we're like, Dana, not the freaking time, man. Glaze him, promote him all you want when it comes around to his card. Please.
And let's think about this as well, right? Let's think about this, because this is the embarrassing thing about the UFC and Dana White at the moment, because you got Anderson Silva, the middleweight GOAT, in my opinion, right? And carried that middleweight division. He was what I loved watching Anderson Silva. Even if it was a boring fight, I was mesmerized watching Anderson Silva because he was a pure martial artist at the highest form, and he was a joy to watch. Right? He took one dick pill, right, and he obviously gets banned, and Dana treats him like shit after that. Yeah, he's middleweight GOAT, right? Jules St. Pierre, he's welterweight GOAT. For everybody in their prime, everybody, right? Now, I'm not a big thing on GSP because I think he went down a road of like decision making instead of finishing fights. But at the end of the day, he did fight every killer that was in the welterweight division, right? There weren't rankings back in them days. It was just right. Who's the next killer? Oh, it's him. Right, you're GSP. Who's the next killer after? Oh, it's him. Let's go. That's when it was booked properly. And GSP just walked through killers in that division in his prime, right? Clean, right? Mighty Mouse, the greatest feather. What is he? Feather, like,
Flyweight.
you know,
Shouldn't have lost to
flyweight.
Cejudo second time round, by the way. I thought that was a bit of a
The greatest flyweight of all time, the greatest flyweight of all time, and arguably the greatest MMA fighter of all time. Clean as a button. They swapped him for Ben Askren.
But to be honest, I think off the back of that, I think without the Ben Askren move, I don't think the welterweight division pops as it did, because obviously you don't get the flying knee moment. Masvidal's a star. You don't get the Usman star power.
You get them bits, but Ben Askren's a shit fighter. Yeah, and he's right.
He was
and
20
then
you know when he came to the UFC, Jamie. He was 20
Yeah, I know, but I don't like to say this, but he's fighting bums, right? And like when you see John Jones, go through John Jones's history of misdemeanors, drug use, failed tests, and this man still gets a pass on everything, an absolute pass,
and
no matter what.
CJ Aspinall would have been insane. That should have been the Spheres fight. Yeah, you could see that.
It's the fight Aspinall wanted if he had the weight as well.
MMA Voodoo, yappity yap. Don't know what that means. And then this man like Matt beats Askren in boxing. Big facts. Big facts. You're getting in that payday.
I ain't gonna lie.
He won payday.
Ben Askren can't move.
He
Ben
can't move. He's
Askren
got no
can't move.
hips. He's got no hips, to be honest. But like, and also to be like the GOAT, to be like the MJ, it's your fight all comers. You know, no ducking, no running. But Jones has done that though. Handpicking opponents. Say, hey, look, I'll fight Francis. Okay, Francis is ready to go. Okay, the pandemic's about, but I'm sure that we wait till we get arenas. Boom. Big fight, big payday. Jones goes and needs more time to pack on a bit of muscle. Okay, understand. You need your time. You don't want to fight in front of no crowd. That's okay.
Just came back fat.
Francis leaves and then goes on 30 mil. Mate, not even McGregor got 30 mil to fight in the UFC, and he brought in millions of pay-per-view buys, and you can get 30 million base. You price yourself out on purpose. Second in Ghana leads the UFC. Bish bash bosh, you're fighting Cyril Gane, the guy that Francis out wrestled with no knees. You beat him inside a round. Literally everyone is like, "Oh my God, Jon Jones, he's back because he beat a guy that has no wrestling." Okay, fine. Have your dues. You want to fight Stipe? Get in the time machine and go back about 7 years when people actually gave a toss. Now Aspinall, I'm going to retire after this. Even though Dana is buried his head in the sand. He thinks this is like the Khabib thing. Remember when Khabib retired, Jamie? See, it's emotional. He did it in the moment. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to bring him back around. I'm going to woo him with some dinner in Vegas, just for Khabib to go. No, brother, no 30 million, no 100 million is going to bring me back. You know, do you want to go down as the GOAT of goats? Well, just because you beat a knackered old Stipe that uses his wife as a walking stick. You think smoking him on one round is going to make people see the bullshit?
No, it's 3 years in the making.
But we know Jon Jones got those fans. I was like, oh my God, Jon, please, beat me like you beat your missus. Please, I'd love that.
Whoa. Like, I will say that, like, if John's the champion and the elite fighter that he says he is, then he will fight Aspinall after he wins his fight. I don't want no retirement shit. If we've sat here and waited 3 years for him just to beat a very old man with CTE, right, who has to be helped up by his mum.
JB,
right?
He's mentioned it all the time. Like, he's not even kept.
And
this
if he retires after, and then retires after that to pretend to be the heavyweight GOAT, that's what they're going to market as. If he beats Stipe, he's going to be undefeated as heavyweight. They're going to make out his heavyweight GOAT. Although Tom Aspinall's beaten everyone in the rankings,
apart from Cyril Gane,
which he would wipe the floor with. You know,
that fight got moved, by the way. That Volkov fight is moved to December.
Yeah, they didn't want. You notice that they changed that because I believe Dana is very worried that one of them is going to pull out.
Yeah, can need to get Aspinall gone quick. Get that fight made quick. No, Tom.
And if Jon Jones is the fighter he says he is, and if Jon Jones is the fighter he says he is, he'd fight Aspinall on short notice.
Yeah. So, guys, let us know what you think. Is Jon Jones the Michael Jordan of MMA? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments and in the comment section as well. But let's talk about someone who announced that he'd be making his UFC return. One of Jamie's favorite fighters, I believe. Jorge Masvidal confirms his next fight. His UFC fight will be in 2025. Good stuff coming. News very soon. A lot of options on the freaking table. If you haven't narrowed down a specific one yet, it'll be the biggest fight news of the year next year. Jamie just dropped the line.
It won't though, will it? It's
drop
bum,
the
man.
line, Jamie.
This bum. I just can't. Connor's
I
only
love
got
it.
to mention his fighting, and it's like Masvidal who? I mean, come on. I thought he retired. Who's Masvidal go fight? Like literally, I don't want to see Conor Masvidal. I really don't. Who's
No, me
Masvidal go
and
fight?
Callum touched on it. Certain Leon Edwards.
Oh, they don't like each other, do they?
Yeah,
They had that
'cause
backstage stuff, didn't they? A
yeah,
couple of years ago, didn't they?
and that thing's never been resolved. Jorge did the boxing thing, got a bit effed over
Yeah.
in the Diaz thing, and he's like, "Yeah, f this." So I'll come back with my tail between my legs, go back to the UFC. It'll be on good money. I don't think he's got fights left on the UFC contract, by the way. So like he's still got
Yeah.
a big contracts. Remember when he was on that run, he signed a big mega deal. So he's got fights left on a pretty good contract, and
He went on the run beating bums. Let's face it,
you call him down to the bum.
massive bum. Like his bum, like he's got a Brazilian bum lift. I'll guarantee.
Oh, dear.
And then he'd be Askren, who's got no stand up in the world and no chin.
Oh,
yeah, all right. There you go.
yeah.
All right. What we
Jesus.
doing here? Comes out like he's a gangster. He ain't a gangster. He probably ain't been to Cuba for years. I mean, just like, yeah. I think Edwards makes sense though, because who's Edwards going to fight? We've been saying this, ain't like what's out there for Edwards? Don't seem to be a fight for him. They don't seem to be.
I didn't really want to touch it because I was going to do probably a video about on this, but I'll touch it briefly. Both Shavkat Rakhmonov and Ian Gary have both said that they are back in fight camp preparation for upcoming fights, and I immediately thought, shit, they're going to match those two together. Which I would think, okay, I'm not for it because I want to keep them apart for a bit longer, because I do think you can get one of them with the belt, undefeated versus undefeated. However, Bilal basically cooked the Pound for Pound podcast, said that Usman's shit, and basically went, Shavkat, I'll see you soon, buddy. Basically, so he's basically dropped that he'll be fighting Shavkat next. Oh, it's okay. Okay, so get that on December, because I do think your last headliner will be Shavkat versus Bilal for the belt in December, which I know people are going to go, for fuck's sakes, Bilal headlining the card. But trust me, I think they're going to stack that card to accommodate for Bilal's lack of star power, to be honest.
Yeah,
and hey, does Jorge Masvidal worm his way into fighting Ian Gary? You got the Irish connection, the Connor. Because let's be honest, like Masvidal's not going to come back and fight some bums lower down at welterweight. He's here to make a bit of money, and he's here to feed I wouldn't say feed this delusion that he could get a belt again, could fight for the belt. Which at the moment, the way the division is shaping up, could he get
if Shavkat wins it, then
Shavkat wins it, then
Shavkat's only enemy is himself.
Yeah, Osman Turk, easy lads. Juiceman, 562, Sean O'Sally, pairs of brother and sister. Okay. Cool.
O'Malley, I think you meant. I don't know if you meant O'Malley.
Yeah, O'Malley, which okay, odd. So you just look at the way welterweight is at the moment. Obviously, Masvidal's not going to come back and fight Kamaru, because let's be honest, no one wants to see a third fight of that again.
No one wants to see Usman fight. He should just leave.
No one's really that interested. Hey, big house.
Who's invested in Usman?
You're damn right, McGregor's the goat. You're damn right, McGregor's the goat.
What? In 2025, who wants to see him fight? Who wants to see Usman fight in 2025? I don't. Just stick the podcasting, man. You're finished.
What do you mean? I don't know what I'm talking about. I am a McGregor fanboy. What do you mean, McGregor? I don't know what I'm talking about. I am a McGregor fanboy, my friend. So I think I know what I'm talking about. But when we're talking about the GOAT. If you're talking about the GOAT pay-per-view bringer, then of course McGregor's Big House. Have you been on the judge? Juice Man's a casual. What is this? Are you McGregor the GOAT? Oh, okay. Those two are beefing. Hey, you do beef in the chat, boys. Yeah, keep it respectful, keep it
No,
clean. Don't blocking
if you're
nobody.
talking about who's the biggest star in MMA history and who makes the most money, and it's Conor McGregor, ain't it? So
Yeah, absolutely. And,
he's in his own category. He's in his own category.
Yeah, when we're talking about that technical level, then as much as I love McGregor, I'm sorry, give me your top 10 pound for pound list. What, right now?
Top
What,
10,
right now
Jesus
or
Christ.
of all time? Because if it's right now, then McGregor ain't getting nowhere near no top 10 pound for pound list at the moment. Anyone
That could be a
think
video we
McNuggets
could do,
is
though.
a certified casual? What, pound for pound list now? Okay. Define pound for pound. We need to define pound for pound right now.
Can we mix it up, men and women?
Is this men
Or we
and
mix it
women?
up?
Is this men? Are we counting how many years
Or we
back?
mix it up?
McGregor's not best of all time, regardless of weight. But that's the GOAT category.
Oh, okay. You want GOAT talk?
Mighty
Mouse,
Mouse,
#1.
Mighty Mouse, GSP, John Jones,
and Anderson Silva,
Anderson Silva,
Antonio Nogueira.
Why might be a bit different? I might. Guys,
Antonio
weight.
Nogueira, Vanderlei Silva.
I know I have a couple of the women down at the bottom, like Ronda, Nunes, Cyborg.
Yeah. It's a video we can do. It's a video we can do.
Yeah, I know Callum wants to do a video on it. Which will go into more depth.
We can do. It's a good debate.
Talk
It's a good
like,
debate. Big Ounce. What we'll do it as a video, my friend.
Yeah.
Callum's not here either. So what we do, the three of us, we'll do that as a video, and we'll do a good hour on it, man. All right.
Yeah, because pound for pound list and GOAT list are two different lists in my eyes. That's what people get confused, and that's why Dana gets so freaking triggered when he talks about Jon Jones being at the top of the pound for pound list. Because at the moment, he's not the pound for pound best fighter in the world because he's barely fought.
He's not. He's not
talking
number
about
one.
GOAT
He's not number.
list,
The
then he's
pound
in
for
that
pound list,
conversation near the top.
Jon Jones isn't number one on UFC's own website.
Yeah, which Dana thinks is bullshit, by the way. Look, McTapper not
it's
in
his
even in the
website.
GOAT conversations.
He's involved in it in the fact that he's the most famous, wealthiest, made the most money, and the top
first
10
two division simultaneous champ as well,
and the top 10 pay-per-views in UFC history on Conor McGregor is in 8 of them. The other 2 is Brock Lesnar. So
no, one's Usman Masvidal.
Yeah, Usman Masvidal and Brock Lesnar, Frank Mir, UFC 100. They're the top 10, and all the rest of them are all Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is second in overall combat sports pay-per-view when he fought Mayweather.
Yeah,
it's the power of the man. So
yeah. Plus, and that run, it came in. Those are numbers. What about actual fighting? I do think, right, that I didn't think we'd be talking about McGregor in this way, to be honest. I think people see McGregor now, his antics, and go, this guy was a bum. This guy's a bum. Look at him at Wembley, looking like he's enjoying life. You've seen Bisping taking shots at him, which is ironic, Bisping, because I don't see you calling out Jon Jones for his antics. Or does that not roll with the company policy about calling out fighters for their behaviors outside the octagon? Because I see a lot of people giving Conor stick for me, Conor's living life as he's a retired fighter at the moment. He is living his life to the fullest.
Yeah.
that dude just cares about him making money. He's not great to fight. I think he's incredibly underrated. I think, you know how people go like, oh, he's overrated, and then goes, oh, this guy's shit. And then McGregor's underrated. That run when he came in from the UFC was a legendary run, including him losing to Nate. The redemption.
We can't
the
forget he's the
losing
first
to
ever
to
two-weight.
Khabib.
He's the first ever two-weight world champion in UFC history. He also is the first guy to
Simultaneous
be.
world champion.
Yeah,
I know at that point there was already 2 division champions, but he was the first one that held those 2 belts.
to hold it twice at the same time. Yeah,
and that
and
made it
Jose Aldo.
popular.
Yeah, he beat Jose Aldo. You know, no one come near to beating Jose Aldo. WEC, UFC.
He was 10 years undefeated. McGregor comes in. Everyone says Aldo's going to break him. Smokes him. 13 seconds.
With knee ligament damage, he beats what's his name before the Aldo fight that he went on late notice with.
That run, he was a weight bully at 45, almost killing himself. He's extremely taller than everyone. Okay, we're talking about weight bullies. Khabib was a weight bully. Khabib was a weight bully. O'Malley's a weight bully. O'Malley admits he walks around as a lightweight. Weight bully. Aljamain Sterling, weight bully. All these fighters are weight bullies, my friend. They are all weight bullies. Trust me, if all the fighters fought at their natural weight classes, there'll be some very uncomfortable conversations. So, yeah, of course McGregor could cut weight. Do you think Max Holloway's a weight bully? Volkanovski's a weight bully? Mate, freaking Volk's ballooning up to 185 outside the camp. Max is 190. Dustin Poirier, weight bully, balloons at 190. I'd say the only person in the UFC that actually fights at their weight class is Colby. Not Colby, Jorge, or Nate. Let's be honest, Jorge's a fat 55er and so is Nate. Nate's a chubby lightweight that fights at welter, and so is Jorge. I don't know if not that you agree with that, Jamie.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Colby's the only. Hey,
but yeah,
Colby. If Colby was a weight bully, then he'd be fighting at lightweight. Because I reckon he could cut at lightweight. Because Colby admits he barely cuts any weight to get to 170.
Yeah, he's pretty right.
So I never thought I'd be defending Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
defending my favorite fighter is McGregor. The one that got me in at that 2016 stage was him. So yeah, of course I would defend him. I do think he's underrated now. People shit on him far too much. No, I do think he is underrated. I think his ground game was very underrated.
Yeah.
Obviously,
his hardest fight, to be fair.
Because I know Juice WRLD's going to come back. Oh, look, Nate schooled him. Nate tapped him. Khabib tapped him. Yeah, of course, because people call Khabib a GOAT, which for me he's not. Khabib's not a GOAT, just because he left undefeated and you were 13-0 in the UFC. And people go, oh my God, 29-0. You look at his 16-0. He fought bums. Yeah, bums in Russia.
You could lose to people and still be the greatest. That's not a problem.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse lost. To freaking Cejudo, which was a disgusting decision, by the way. GSP lost.
Yeah.
So, McGregor's underrated, and let's be honest, I don't care about Khabib, bro. Okay, fair enough. I think by the avatar, I think I know that you're a Nate fan. Yeah, because I know that you don't fuck with Khabib, so it's fine. Yeah, but with regards, I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Masvidal. Hey, do you think that we can see him versus Nate again?
Well, that'd be the fight, mate. But that is Nate. Look, Nick might be the one.
No, I think Nick's been booked with Vicente Luque again at the end of the year. I'm like,
that'd be interesting. Well, Masvidal says he's not coming back till 2025, so I don't think Leon Edwards is going to fight again this year. So
No,
Leon
I
Edwards,
think
look, I think Leon Edwards could be the fight, man.
do you know what they're doing? Leon Edwards, London.
Yeah, I
And,
think that'd be the
they're
fight.
not going to have a
Leon
fight night.
Edwards from
They're not
Masvidal.
going to have a numbered card there. They're going to have a fight night, and he's in the headline.
Yeah, Masvidal and Edwards, 2025. I reckon March 2025. Masvidal Edwards.
Run that. I'm a Jorge and Nate fan. I don't see them fight again, please. I do think
No
Nate
one
does
wants
come
to
back
see
to
it.
the UFC because him and Dana are still boys. I think Nate. I think Dana still likes him, so he's got a future. If he wants to come back and when he's done doing his boxing
Yeah.
stuff, then I'm sure that he'll be back. But I think for me, I think they make Leon and Jorge, to be honest, numbers in the equation.
Yeah.
Put numbers in the equation. The other guy should know what I'm talking about. Define other guy.
Yeah. I think Jorge and Leon makes perfect sense. It really does. It makes perfect sense. Around March 2025, April 2025, around that time. Perfect. Makes perfect sense because they're fully booked up now for the rest of the year, pretty much with their events, what they got scheduled. So, yeah, that'd be a good fight, man. Be an interesting fight because Leon's a counter fighter. Jorge's aggressive. You know, could be a good fight. That could be a good fight.
Yeah, I think it will be a good fight. Definitely. Hey, press conference is going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
Press
They
conference
don't
will
like
be
each
fun.
other.
I would say the guy worth wearing red. The one they were glazing.
It's glazing. McNair's about baby.
What, me? You know what, me?
It's not glazing. It's not glazing though. It's true, ain't it? It's just factual.
It's true.
It's just factual at the end of the day.
It's true. I think it's true.
But
Like,
hey, let's move on.
Hey, some of these, I have to say, some of these current fighters, you know, for someone that's finished a bum, some people's eyes, he's washed. God, these fighters can't stop talking about him. Ilya,
Yeah, they all
Dawn,
want
Max,
to fight.
Volk, Gaethje, Dustin, Bilal, Kamaru, Leon. You know, they've all mentioned saying that they would love the opportunity to fight him. I know Connor called out Bilal, but that Connor stream that he did, video will be coming out probably late in the next couple of days, breaking down everything he said in that, because he said a lot of things. Whether or not any of that's going to happen, I doubt it. With him in the UFC, it's at an impasse. Is that an impasse basically? Because McGregor is not going to sign a new deal. He wants out. He wants out. That's why I think on the McGregor thing, has one fight, he wins, he fights for a belt. Because if he wins, then he automatically has to sign the Champions extension. And that's how they keep him in the UFC.
That's why he wanted Bilal, ain't it?
That's why he wants Bilal.
I could see
beat him.
I could see that fight being made, you know.
Yeah, and why do you think he wanted to fight Chandler at welterweight and not fight an actual welterweight? Because he probably sees Bilal as easy pickings, which I think will be extremely wrong of him. I think Bilal would be a very, very tough fight.
Yeah, it would, but it is winnable. One thing I'll say, looking at Conor Daly's live stream, he's definitely leaner and skinnier than he has been.
Yeah, that's what the weed does to you, mate, because sucking a cigar, sucking a joint. Yes, he's like 185 now. Yeah.
The thing is, Conor, it's very hard to give him motivation when you've got everything in the world, ain't it?
But the thing is, he's the one that wants to fight. Like, he's the one that wants to fight. It's the UFC. Because I always thought, no, it's Conor taking the piss out of the UFC here, wanting more money. And I realized that why is McGregor asking for more money? He's got all the money.
Yeah, he's not.
All the money.
The UFC want to play. They're playing that game because when it comes to TV rights deals, they've got Conor in hand, don't they?
Yeah, Conor got a couple of fights left on the deal.
And they can go to TV companies like, The TV companies will want Conor. The TV companies will go, "Oh, is Conor still fighting for you guys?" Be the first thing they ask. He
Yeah.
draws money,
Exactly.
and that's why they're
And
not
when it
letting
makes
him
money,
fight yet.
when it makes money, it makes sense. That's all I have to say about that. But I think we'll probably go for another 5 more minutes. We'll make it about 50 minutes or so, and then we'll probably wrap it up there. But yeah, anything you guys want to ask in the comments? I know there's about a few people watching. Also, make sure to smash the like button, share button, subscribe button as well. Love the conversation, love the interaction. Even if you disagree with us, as long as it's respectful, it's good enough for me. As long as it's respectful, no negativity. So it's all good. But I do think that, yeah, I do think Masvidal. I don't know why he'd want. Why the UFC would be so eager to have him back, because his draw power has definitely diminished. I have to say, what was his last performance, Masvidal? Was it Colby?
Can't remember if
Was it Colby's last performance, guys?
I can't bloody remember.
I think if memory serves me correctly, guys, it was definitely Colby. Oh,
Not remember.
Jesus Christ. Hey, yeah, did you guys see Alina Perez on the scale struggling with the weight and
Oh yeah, she's
arm
like,
situation? Yeah.
like
Do you see
that
Marab
going.
backstage? Do you see Marab backstage
Yeah.
afterwards? Getting a little slap on the ass as well, which I thought was hilarious. But with regards to Marab, Marab shared a screenshot of his DM with Sean O'Malley, showing O'Malley requesting a rematch because somehow people have got into O'Malley's head like he actually won that fight.
Well, have
which
you
is
watched O'Malley
delusional.
watching the fight back? Have you watched O'Malley watching the fight back?
Yeah.
And he after 3 rounds, he went on 2 up. What are you watching, son?
Delusional.
I
Delusional
think
shit.
I think this loss has hit him quite hard mentally.
Yeah.
Because he's had so much smoke blown up his ass that he's the new big thing, and he main evented the Sphere. And Dana pretty much said he's my new Conor. He's the new guy. And he
And
lost.
Marab
And I
went,
think
fuck off.
And I think it's really killed him emotionally and mentally. And
Yeah, plus he
he
needs
watching
surgery
that
now
fight
as
back,
well.
and he's not going to be around for a long time now. He'll have to wait
push for that rematch. Yeah, I see you.
Don't think you'll
And
see him for about 8
anyone
months.
in that camp that thinks he's won, then fucking hell, O'Malley needs to kick you out, man. Because he's got too many yes men. Did you see on the podcast, his friend lost his shit. He didn't go around to the after party. You freaking wally, man. You
All the yes
absolute
man.
wally.
Don't
Too
need
many
it in your
yes
life.
men. Too many yes men. But hey ho, guys, I'll wrap it up there for this evening. Massive thank you for you, Jamie, for joining as well. To join the stream. It's always good to have you on. Good to have Callum on. Tomorrow, plans for tomorrow, guys. I am doing the watch on for UFC Paris at 8 o'clock. So it's a good thing Liverpool play beforehand. So whether or not I'll be in a good mood or a bad mood will all dictate what happens at 5:30. But watch on for UFC Paris will be on my channel, not the Sanderson Show. So it'll be on my channel. I will be joined by Jamie and Callum. They will probably be a bit later because I know Callum will do Coppish straight after the game. I don't know whether or not that you'd be able to jump on straight away, Jamie, whether or not that you'd be able to join later.
I should be all right.
But I'll send the link. So all 3 of us will be together on my channel at some point tomorrow night. With regards to the other news about Conor, Marab and Sean, separate videos coming out for that. Probably Sunday, probably. Yeah, probably Sunday. I'll probably do a video then about it as well. But also make sure you smash the like, you smash the like button, share button, and subscribe button. Subscribe to Jamie Phillips. Links in the title and in the description. Subscribe to the Sanderson Show, and also subscribe to this channel as well. I'm going to make it a concerted effort to pump out more content, MMA and boxing, because I'm going to be doing some boxing watch-alongs this year as well. So I'll be doing Peteria Bivol watch-along, Riyadh season, Usyk Fury watch-along. So we'll be doing the big fights on this channel as well after the relative success of AJ versus Dubois. So that'll be on the channel as well. Previews, reviews, the usual as well. So everyone that's tuned in, massive thanks, everyone. Jamie, got anything you want to shout out before we go?
No, I just enjoyed that, man. It was good fun. Good fun.
And as I say to Callum, this is the happy place. This is the zen. This is the
Happy
peace.
place.
This is the happy
Peaceful
place.
place.
Big up, CJ. Yeah, so everyone that's tuned in, massive thanks, guys. And we will see you tomorrow on this channel for the watch on for UFC Paris. See ya.
Definitely.